all kinds of things that's come across the board.
I think this is going to be a fantastic game to watch tomorrow.
Browns better win.
Listen, I'm saying now. I was about to say I'm not
screwing around with this one.
I'm not saying quality of play will be great. I'm just saying I get to watch Baker and Joe.
If the Browns lose, people are going to be losing their minds over Baker Mayfield, whether or not it's all because he talks to you.
Well, here,
if he wouldn't have talked,
do you think if Baker Mayfield gets beat by Joe Burrow, he's walking on eggshells for the rest of the season?
According to the national media, yeah, because they can't stand him because he's a bravado. He talks. You've seen how they've treated him. You've seen how they've went about it. So there are people actively rooting for him to fail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like, I'm a Cowboys fan and I hope Dwayne Haskins fails. This is like there are people that just don't like him.
They don't like it. They didn't like his antics at Oklahoma.
Actively rooting for him to fail. There's people that don't like Odell.
I've heard a lot of people say they need to trade Odell.
There's people that's disrespected and not like the Browns fear. So there's a whole combination of, hey, y'all lost, ha ha ha.
Right.
But yeah, if I'm the Browns, as far as money wise right now, it's not hurting them having Odell.
No.
I think another year because their salary cap has actually been fantastic the last 2 years.
Helps they have a rookie quarterback on a contract.
So with that, if it's contract wise, no. If it's fit wise, then get rid of him.
I think it is fit wise.
So
there was a report this week that Stefanski, the head coach, would like Odell's touches or his targets to be more. Well, he was targeted 11, 12 times this last game. Like, at that point, you're almost trying to force feed him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Baker came out because I heard the soundbite coming down here. He came out and said, he's just going to play naturally. And if he's open, then he's open. If he's not open, he's not going to force it. And I don't like, and if that is the case, then good on Baker. Great. That's what you're supposed to do at the quarterback position. Don't just force it to your best receiver. But if the soundbite is true that Stefanski wants them to start targeting Odell Beckham more, is he trying to pander to Odell Beckham? Is he just trying to, maybe make him happy? I don't know, because if you're so worried about one player and his feelings just because of where he's at, well, then move off of him.
Right.
Because you got 52 other players you got to worry about on your roster that are getting ready to play tomorrow. You can't worry about making a wide receiver happy.
Right. He had the most targets. According to the box score, they're saying 10, 3 catches, 22 yards. Landry had 5 catches on 6 targets. That's Landry right there.
Yeah.
Joku had 3 on 3.
Jarvis Landry, don't drop him.
And then Joku's hurt now, is out for the year. I get about the year maybe, probably. So Hooper's going to have to do that, which he can. Hooper's not bad. They got a great running game. But Hunter, you give up 38 points, whether or not your offense scores 6 or not.
You gave it up through the air, too, because Lamar Jackson didn't run for a touchdown. He threw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's defense. I mean, that's defense sucking. Like, you scored 24. Again, the NFL average is 24, so your defense gave up. It was a terrible game all around. Your defense gave up more than 14. Your offense didn't get the 18.
Kevin?
Yes.
Do not hate me.
They're 5.5 point favorites.
But I think it could be an upset.
Oh, it could.
It could be, and I'm not going to say it is, because talent-wise, I think obviously the Browns have got talent all over the field. But
you forget, Hunter.
What's the weakness of the Browns right now?
They have the Cleveland Browns.
Well, not just that. Not just that they're the Cleveland Browns. Their secondary is just pieced together for what's not
everybody's hurt
for what's not hurt.
Yeah, they're just.
And what can Joe Burrow do? He can throw a deep ball. I mean, when he was coming out of LSU, I said that's the prettiest deep ball thrower I've seen in the last 5 to 6 years coming out of college. And he's got a healthy A.J. Green. He's got a healthy Tyler Boyd. He's got healthy wide receivers. So to me, if they unload the playbook and don't play scared, Cincinnati, they don't try and, shelter Joe and just let him go out there and play and throw the ball around the yard, I think they keep it close. I'm not going to say they win.
Good news for the Browns. The Bengals only got 13 on last Sunday or on this past Sunday, whatever.
You're right, and you're right. But I think it's because they're still... I don't like to call for jobs, but damn it, I just don't know about this Zach guy at the head coaching position. I just don't... I don't know how I feel about him.
Jackson, 20 of 25. You can't let that happen. Hunter's right about the DBs there in Cleveland. But, one thing that would help the DBs would be for the pass rush to get some sacks, Hunter. They got 2 on Sunday. So I don't know about the.
I think this is the week though. If
pressure or
the
anything
Browns,
like
if the
that.
Browns
You
are trying to,
can't forget also the Ravens are really good.
I was going to say that. I was going to say the Browns. I feel like will get more sacks this week because the Ravens are loaded across everywhere, and
People forget.
one of the weaknesses for the Bengals is an offensive line.
People just forget week to week matchups. Sometimes you just don't match up well. Some things happen, and also as far as you said you don't want to hurt my feelings, picking the Bengals or whatever. One of the reasons I changed to the Browns is that I have no feelings as far as winning and losing.
You're just
they're
numb.
not they're not selling me that they're going to win the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys.
They would tell to you, we're going to go win the Super Bowl.
If I'm a Cowboys fan right now, what do I want? What am I expecting?
Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
And we can't even make it. They ain't even been to a championship game in 25 years.
You lost to the Rams by 3 points.
Yeah.
Opening week.
So
you're last in your division.
There's Cowboys fans walking around this week.
You're tied for last in your division.
Upset, sad, mad. And then as a Browns fan, I can just be like,
maybe.
Did you pick us to beat the Ravens in week 1?
No.
And you didn't, so don't talk junk to me about it.
Exactly.
Who cares? We ain't won. Ain't never won anything. So it's a fun place to be as far as who cares?
That's how I feel about now I'm in Washington. I've always been with Washington for years, and it's always been just so hurtful. It's just because it's like, we would make a playoff and then miss it for another 6 or 7 years. And then we would make one, and then we'd miss it for another 5 to 6 years.
Y'all could have left the numbers off the helmets and just went burgundy helmets like the Browns have plain brown.
I will say that I don't like the numbers on the helmets, but if it had been straight burgundy, I'd have been fine.
I have never in my life liked
helmets with numbers
on the helmets.
I think Alabama's is so plain. But Alabama is plain.
Well, God, their color is the most awful color in the palette.
I'll say this though. So the Browns are a 5-point favorite.
I'm not
the
one
Bengals.
to say God made mistakes, but he didn't make a mistake on that color because he don't make mistakes. So by gosh, what he did was I'm gonna mess with y'all a little bit.
I'll mess with.
I'm gonna give y'all.
So the Browns are a 5-point favorite.
Here's maroon.
5-point favorite at home. So technically that means Vegas really is only favoring them by 2 because you're a 3.
5.5.
So 5.5. So they're favoring them really by 2.5 because home team usually gets 3 points. I would have the Bengals to cover this.
But you also got to remember that's how people are betting it too.
Yeah.
The line moves on the bets, trying to get the bets.
And
50,
we have a total of 24 hours before this to have, so this will probably move. But seriously, I would have the Bengals to cover that because I feel like Stefanski is still trying to get everything figured out with the Browns offensively because, like you said, their run game is great, but for some reason they still have Baker just trying to come out of the shotgun and throw it. Why would you not run, play action, then let him get outside of the numbers and then throw the ball?
I tell you what, Hunter, I'm going to give you a Tom Sinafani confidence pick like he does against the Appalachian State Mountaineers.
All right, give me the pick.
Browns 34-13.
34-13.
Just gonna blow them out of there.
You better hope so.
They're going to.
You better hope so.
They're going to wipe this is one of those games where remember this is Vegas. Everybody's betting on like you said, the Bengals. We're gonna bet on the Bengals. Gonna bet on the Bengals. And Browns are still. I bet most of the bets are coming in on Bengals to cover or straight up.
Mine would be to cover.
And to me, the Browns still 5.5 at that point. And it's also saying they could win by 11 or 12 or 13.
I'll say, okay, I got them covering. And
coach always
I got
gets an early blowout.
I got it 23-20.
I don't even know if that's true, but that's how I felt.
I got it 23-20 Cleveland over Cincinnati.
They better not let it be that close. Goodness.
I think it is, man, because I don't know. Listen, I liked Baker Mayfield coming out of college, and I liked what he did as a rookie. But have I seen any substantial growth out of him? No. And I know it doesn't help. It's a different coach, it seems like, every other week for him. But this was supposed to be the guy, Stefanski, the offensive coordinator. He's supposed to come in and have command of the team now. There's no questioning his authority and if he even knows what he's doing like with the last coach. And the offense puts up 6. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, I know the Ravens are good, but you beat the Ravens last year at one point by scoring like 30.
Cleveland had more rushing yards than Baltimore.
And guess what? They didn't stick with it.
27 carries, 138 yards. They had 3 less carries than Baltimore, but Baltimore had less yards. 27 carries, 138, and Baltimore 30 for 107. So we got Bengals and Browns on Thursday night, folks, if you're going to watch that. All right, NFL. Here's something I wanted to kind of show you, Hunter, and see what you thought about some of this. This was your favorite network's rankings of
Don't ever call them my favorite
NFL
network.
stadiums.